In the heart of an uncharted mountain range, there existed a secret hidden from the world, an ancient passage known only to the most daring explorers. Deep within the jagged cliffs, beyond the reach of the faintest map, lay a narrow tunnel that had remained untouched for centuries. This tunnel, or so the story said, was no ordinary cave. It was a crystalline labyrinth, its walls lined with shimmering, transparent gems that sparkled as though they contained the very essence of the stars. The locals called it the Crystal Tunnel, a place of great mystery. Elara, a seasoned geologist, had heard whispers of this tunnel in her travels. The stories spoke of its beauty, its perilous passage, and the strange energy that hummed through its walls. The crystals were said to possess remarkable properties, bending light in ways that distorted time itself. Determined to uncover the truth, Elara assembled a team of researchers and adventurers to seek out the tunnel. Armed with the latest technology, a deep understanding of geology, and a willingness to confront the unknown, they set off into the mountains. Their journey was arduous, as the path led them through treacherous cliffs, dense forests, and snow-covered ridges. For days, they navigated the rugged terrain, guided only by the fragmentary clues left behind by those few who had ventured before them. Finally, after a week of searching, they found it, the entrance to the tunnel. It was hidden behind a waterfall, its waters cascading down a steep cliff, masking the opening beneath the mist. The air around the entrance was thick with moisture. They made their way behind the waterfall, carefully slipping through a narrow gap in the rock. The moment they stepped into the tunnel, a sudden chill ran through the air. It was as though the very temperature of the mountain had dropped. The tunnel was unlike anything they had ever seen. The walls, ceilings, and floors were covered in crystals, large, jagged formations of transparent gemstones that reflected the dim light in every direction. The air was thick with a strange energy. "Are you hearing that?" Dr. Kieran West, the geophysicist on her team, asked in a hushed voice. His eyes were wide with astonishment as he gazed at the walls, which seemed to shimmer and ripple with the passing of their footsteps. They continued down the narrow passage, the path twisting and turning, but every turn revealed more incredible formations. The crystals were intricately formed, some as clear as glass, others tinted with soft hues of blue and purple. As they ventured deeper into the tunnel, the air grew colder still. The temperature had dropped to an almost unbearable level, but the team pressed on, driven by their need to uncover the secrets of the tunnel. They reached a wide chamber where the crystals grew in towering spires, some as tall as trees, their sharp edges glistening like daggers of ice. The walls were completely covered, the crystals forming intricate patterns. Dr. Kieran moved closer to one of the spires, his hands trembling as he reached out to touch the surface. The moment his fingers brushed the crystal, a sudden burst of light flashed from the wall. It was blinding, but then, as quickly as the light had appeared, it faded, leaving behind a lingering warmth that filled the chamber. The humming from the crystals intensified, and Elara felt a sudden surge of energy, a pulse that seemed to resonate through her. Suddenly, the tunnel seemed to shift. The walls around them seemed to ripple, as if the entire chamber was alive and breathing. The path forward was no longer clear, as the crystal formations seemed to rearrange themselves. Elara noticed something, an intricate pattern that had formed on the crystal wall, a pattern that hadn't been there before. It was a map, carved into the surface of the stone, showing the layout of the tunnel and an exit.